What up, world? It's your boy Eric here. With Facebook.com/Eric the Conqueror or YouTube.com/user/the Sandman047. Okay. A couple things I want to discuss today. It is January 16th, 2014, and I'm actually heading to CAD as usual. It's around 1:15. Yeah, let's just say it's 1:10. All right. A couple pressing issues right now is that well, not issues so much as just discussions. First would be I feel fucking amazing today. I did some. I've been skipping out on my intuitive yoga and like stretching and shit, and today I did it. But I did it a little bit backwards. I started off with horseback stance punching. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's very good for your root lock. Pretty much what you do is you spread out your feet really wide, kind of like a sumo stance for a deadlift, and then you kind of tuck your butt under, get an anterior pelvic tilt going, and then make sure everything else on your back is flat and everything. And then you put your fist at your side, so like on your obliques, and you punch one arm at a time in a twisting motion, and you yell out "Ha!" every single punch, and then you keep your core that keeps your core braced, and the twisting motion will stretch out your spine and loosen up any tension, and slowly you can move on to even rotating sideways and getting all that shit. And then I start going sideways, then I go to a 45-degree angle, and then I go to a 90-degree angle, and then I end it off with a twist. I can feel my spine like cracking left and right. And what is this idiot doing? And yeah, so I fucking hate when people hit the brakes on a highway on ramp. It's so fucking annoying. Like, why the fuck are you idiots slowing down? Anyways, yeah, sorry about that. And so yeah, I did some chum chum. I actually learned this move from Taekwondo, and I used to wonder why the fuck does our master Romeo from Romeo Taekwondo, giving a shout out to anybody who knows it. Amazing school back in the day. I don't know how it is now, but back in the day it was one of those like ghetto. It was pretty much in a ghetto ass building. Like everything was taped up, and we had and our kicking practice used to be on our kicking. I'm getting a little off topic, but this is important. And we used to practice our kicks on this big post that was just covered in carpet, and it was awesome. It was fucking magnificent. At the time, we didn't appreciate it for what it was, but like thinking back now, that was a fucking amazing place to train. I loved that atmosphere, and the ghetto-ness just made it that much better. Like, it was all about the principles and the execution of the principles. Not about having crazy equipment, not about having the best stuff. It was just about the execution. And they had a chin-up bar, which is pretty legit, which is awesome. The only thing I would change about that place is, well, we did enough stretching and shit as is, but if we had a bioenergetic stool, man, that place would have been fucking legendary. That place was fucking legendary, I'm not gonna lie. I love to train there. Like, I used to look forward to days when, at first when I started out, it was just, it used to be kind of a chore. I didn't want to go, but then, as I grew up and matured, and of course, getting your black belt helped. Like, yeah, that's one thing. Getting your black belt, I used to think that our master was just fucking being an idiot, and like, it really does. You really start learning stuff and having fun once you get your black belt. Everything before that is just garbage. And, well, no, I shouldn't say garbage, but every journey begins with 1,000 steps, with one step, and all those belts and stuff are. But like, when you hit your black belt, that's when you actually start getting into it. You have enough knowledge to exercise what you know and actually learn and grow. And that's when the growth actually starts like occurring. I learned more in my last year than I did in every other. Well, yeah, I should say, but like the first white, yellow, green stripe, green, blue stripe, blue, red stripe, red, black stripe, double black stripe, black. All the earlier ones are just a foundation. Once you have your black belt, you can assertively say that you have indeed developed your foundation. And I find that I'm kind of going in circles here, but like, bear with me. But I find that that's the case with a lot of stuff. Like when you say you're bodybuilding or whatever, you have to put in the work and learn the movements and do a new beginner routine, or like do the beginner stuff. Like you can't just jump right into drop sets and super drop sets and like reverse drop sets. I'm making up stuff here. Like, you know, I hope you know that like there's no such thing as a super drop set or a reverse drop set. I guess there is. It would be pyramiding, but yeah, I don't know. You can't jump into all that shit unless you learn the basic fundamentals and develop a foundation. And the same with martial arts, and the same with everything. Even yoga is the same way. You can't execute anything unless you know how to breathe. And that definitely helped a lot. I have to thank Master Romeo for instilling that in my roots. And yeah, it's fucking epic. I love that shit. Thinking back, it was the most enjoyable time of my day going to. And also, I remember I used to go to kickboxing too. That shit was fucking awesome too. So I've always had an active childhood. I mean, I have never been the fittest individual, but I've always had an active childhood, or even teen life. I think that's when I dropped off. I should not have stopped going to Taekwondo. I think that's when I fell off. I shouldn't have stopped. That's okay though. I got back up. I hit the gym again. Oh yeah. I have to thank my friend JJ. I don't know if I should mention his name, but you guys won't even know who the fuck he is. But that guy got me motivated. One day he told me to get my fat ass out and go to the gym with him and stop being a bitch. And thank you, man. I appreciate it. That's what I want to do for people, if possible. Anyways, yeah, so we did a bro split for a little while, mind you, but that's okay. After a while, that got me into it, and yeah, sorry about that. I was passing a landmark of mine, and I always give a moment of silence during that. Anyways, oh, that's cute. Yeah, so as I was saying, what was I talking about? Yeah, yoga, stretching, taekwondo, martial arts. Yeah, so I think a lot of my beliefs have been instilled. I know a lot of them have been instilled by martial arts and by kickboxing, and and I love to stretch, and it feels so good when you do it. And anything you do, you can't do it if you're tight. Even I don't care if you say that you're a fucking engineer or if you're a mathematician. If you're limber and you can breathe deep, you will be able to do your job or do your chore or your activity or your hobby that much easier and better, and get more enjoyment out of it if you can breathe deep, and if your back isn't tight, if your back isn't sore, and if your ass isn't sore, and if your posture isn't bad, and and if your head is clear. In order to have a clear head and think and concentrate, we have to limber up and breathe more, and it just gives you a little bit clearer frame of mind. I remember seeing an ad for some school or something like, oh, you don't know why our kids' scores are dropping. We're doing less physical activity and we're studying more. So I don't know why my